everyone, I'm Darla Cozzarelli here on Refining Purpose TV. With me today, I have newly appointed Assistant Police Chief of USC's Department of Public Safety, Alma Burke. Thank you so much for being here today. It's such a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to be honest, Alma is personally my inspiration, so I'm a little bit nervous, I'll admit. But to start off today's topic, as a first-generation immigrant Latina who was first in your family to graduate from college, how has your cultural background and childhood impacted who you are today?
First and foremost, I'm incredibly grateful that I had two amazing parents that, left Mexico, started a life here. Although we were very poor, we were very cohesive. I learned the value of working hard and really taking on life by its horns and realizing that you could be anything and be anybody you wanted to be. So that's, when you think about what it is like to grow up with a family that doesn't speak English, can't help me with my homework, realizing I kind of have to scrounge to figure things out, that's really what has built me, and I'm proud of that.
Your story is so relatable to many of our audiences. Can you elaborate on your former positions with the Los Angeles Police Department? I've had the pleasure to see you in action.
Well, thank you. The 24 years with the Los Angeles Police Department have really afforded me so many opportunities, from working undercover gangs, vice, narcotics, running my own specialized units, really having the ability to do anything and everything I wanted to do. And now having the opportunity to come to USC has been a dream come true. Being a former alum, I realize how amazing the campus is and how incredibly talented everyone is, from Department of Public Safety to the students to the staff. I'm just excited to bring all of that together in one place.
And you're clearly fighting on.
Yes, I sure am.
And can you also talk about LAPOA? I know you're president of the organization.
So the Los Angeles Women Police Officers and Associates is the largest women's organization in regards to law enforcement. One of the key components of that role was to continue to mentor and really spend time with our members, but even outside our membership, to really help them reach their potential. I always discuss with people that when you look at somebody in a role, it's so critical for you to ask, how did you get there? Mm-hmm. And I think being president of the organization really afforded so many people the opportunity to call and reach out and really get the resources and the people on their team that could potentially help them get there.
No, yeah, creating that unity is so important, especially when it comes to community policing. And can you talk about challenges that you faced as a woman in a leadership role in law enforcement?
Some of the challenges are really sometimes beyond our control. So there will be people that will judge you that have never worked with you. Mm-hmm. There will be people that will ask, why is she doing that? Is she doing that for herself? Not realizing that the people who have worked with you, that do know you, really know that your heart's in the right place. Like my mission in the entire time I've been in law enforcement has always been the same, and that is to help people within our organization, out in the community, students. I really relate to students that are in high school and college to ensure that they can reach their own potential. So you're gonna have, I call them the haters, you're gonna have people like, how did she get there? Why did she get there? Who does she know? And not realizing it was hard work. It was not easy. I did face a lot of obstacles, and then usually it were people that didn't want to allow me the space.
Given your experiences in law enforcement, what is your response to the stigmas associated with police personnel?
Well, first and foremost, when you want to connect with the community, one of the key components that I've always asked officers to do is get out of your police car. Really, a simple hello or a smile, that one positive contact with the community goes a long way, as far, and as those negative contacts have a huge ripple effect. So I always call it the connection syndrome. Mm-hmm. You make an effort to connect with someone, whatever it is. How's your day today? For on-campus students, how was finals? I'm sure you nailed it, or giving that positivity, but they need to realize, and I say they, the community also needs to realize that we're human and we do make mistakes, and then ultimately, but our heart's in the right place. We would never have signed up to do this specific role if it wasn't. So I always encourage everyone to work together. But that's the easy part for me, because I love to talk to people and I love to connect, and I want to know what your day is like. It really is true when I ask you that.
No, that's powerful. It's true. Applying a genuine approach to police work is extremely important, and you clearly do that. And working with police officers, I've also seen it. So I do think it's important that our community does understand our perspective as law enforcement officials, and that they know that we do care, and you clearly care, Alma, so thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, and thinking about all of these challenges that you've triumphed and all the experiences that you've had, out of all of your accomplishments, because you have many that you've well earned, which one are you most proud of?
Well, I have to start off with being a mom. Of course, that's the greatest accomplishment. Essentially, you want to make sure that you find the balance between your family and work. And what was really rewarding is not only having an amazing husband, but 2 daughters that fully support what we do, and understanding, when we were called out to a homicide scene or, something in the middle of the night, just kind of picking up and doing what they needed to do, but also having a husband that really didn't put any barriers for me to explore other career opportunities, including the one I'm about to embark on, and just having that support, really the support. But essentially, one of the assignments that I really, really fell in love with was working for Community Safety Partnership down in the Watts area. I actually wrangled one of my former alums from USC to start a rocket program that would help kids really join, a STEM program that essentially would help them become engineers in the future. And what I really loved about the class was that it was so diverse. We had, half women, half boys. And we were able to create a program that people really enjoyed. And now I think we're in our 9th course. And I really was so blessed. So that was really my favorite assignment. It still is to today.
Powerful. Your story is so genuinely told and so inspirational. Is there a piece of advice you'd like to leave with our audience today?
Absolutely. So one of the things that I always say is that there's a fire in your heart that tells you what your purpose is, that really guides you. I call it the guiding light of your heart. And don't ever let anybody extinguish that. Stay with it. Take the opportunities. Ask people for help when you need it. But really don't lose focus of where you're going.
Beautifully said from Alma Burke. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for watching. I'm Darla Cozzarelli here on Refining Purpose TV.